I am the resurrection and the life. The name of Jesus, heard both at revivals and at funerals. A name for miracles and for grief. How do we live in the tension of this name? In the tension of this story? Hope. We become a people of hope. Hope for healing. For a God of miracles who really does bend space and time, superseding the laws of nature and the embodied curse of sin in response to the prayers of his children. And hope for salvation. For heaven and earth restored as one, for a redemption so full and so complete that it can only be ushered in by the King himself. And for a kind of life that outlives death, that is so good that miraculous healing is nothing more than a lick off the batter-covered spoon when we know a cake is coming. And the experience of that kind of hope is holding wonder and suffering together. Because wonder is the pathway to healing. Those who are wide-eyed toward Jesus, who see the person that these signs are pointing to, are those who are audacious and faith-filled enough to ask for the miraculous. That's wonder. It's to see what God is doing and then have the childlike audacity to ask for more of it, to eagerly desire every sign of the kingdom. But suffering in our story, it's not the antithesis of healing. It's the pathway to the greatest healing. Right, Isaiah 53, by his wounds we are healed. And from Jesus' suffering comes hope, forgiveness, freedom, joy, justice, salvation. There's more healing through his suffering on the cross than there is from his 3 years of miraculous ministry. Out of his death came life so full that it's not just promised in eternity one day, but we can stand right now in this life with one foot already in eternity. And Jesus then gave his ministry to us, to the church. We are entrusted with a ministry of wonder to carry on the supernatural, miraculous healing ministry of Jesus, and we are entrusted with a ministry of suffering to carry on the cross-bearing healing ministry of Jesus. In the words of the Apostle Paul to the Philippians, I want to know Christ, yes, to know the power of his resurrection and participation in his sufferings, becoming like him in his death. The church is a people who hold wonder and suffering together. And these days, we typically see the church as a people of sensationalism or cessationism. Meaning either wonder is all there is, we're all about the signs and we're going after the signs, or suffering is all there is. The signs were for other people at other times, but all we've got left now is the substance. And neither of those are the biblical story. There's a sign called healing that you should eagerly desire, like a kid wanting a lick of the cake batter. And that sign points to a substance so certain that whether you get a taste of that batter today or not, it's just a lick off the spoon of a feast that's being prepared for you right now. And it's a feast like you've never had, and a feast that will satisfy you for all time. And it has become so common to be a church, a body of believers who hold one without the other. And I just wonder if we might recover the full ministry Jesus entrusted to us by being people who can live by hope, by holding both wonder and suffering in one community.